A rancher in Brazil films something riding his cow like a trained mount until both creatures flee together into the pasture. Wings unfold over a motionless body on a dirt road in Mexico, stretching wider than any bird should grow. A skeletal figure crouches in cave darkness, 4 arms braced against stone, grinning directly at the light. These aren't myths whispered around campfires. They were captured on camera, uploaded by people who can't explain what they saw. What you're about to witness will make you question whether the Missouri River and the wilderness surrounding it has been hiding far more than we ever imagined. On a quiet Brazilian ranch, a farmer checking his livestock stumbles upon something bizarre. A shaggy primate calmly perched atop a zebu cow, gripping its horns like a rider.
Dá uma olhada aqui no gado, olha o que tá em cima da vaca, ó. Que bicho feio. Sai de cima aí, sai, sai. Sai, corre, corre, corre. Que bicho feio é esse, pessoal? Nunca tinha visto. Aí é feio, pessoal. Parece mais um bicho. Que animal é esse feio desse jeito em cima da vaca? Se eu não chego.
The moment he shouts, the cow violently bucks, hurling the creature into the grass. Both animals bolt immediately, running together deeper into the pasture. What strikes me isn't just the oddity of the scene, but how coordinated their flight appears, almost as if this wasn't their first encounter. If wild primates are learning to interact with livestock this deliberately, what other behaviors might they be adopting unnoticed? The footage was reportedly filmed by 2 motorists driving down a remote dirt road in rural Mexico late at night when their headlights caught something hunched over a body lying in the path.
Mira. No mames, ve. ¿Ve eso? Mames, eso está bien cabrón.
No manches, pa. No. Mira. Ay, Dios mío. Dios mío.
No te pases de lanza.
No. Mira. Oh, no. Ve. Ay, Dios mío, ve. No manches, ve.
Mira.
Ay, Dios mío de mi vida. No te pases de lanza, ve.
La bestia. ¿Qué es esa madre? Mira. ¿Cómo le está haciendo Naomi? Hay que pasarle por encima. Le pasaría por encima, pero está.
For nearly a minute, the creature remains focused on the person beneath it, seemingly unaware or unconcerned with the witnesses. Then, it unfurls massive bat-like wings, revealing a wingspan far too large for any known animal. What unsettles me most is how deliberate its movements are, calculated, unhurried, as if it knows it cannot be stopped. If this thing exists, how many isolated roads has it already claimed? A backyard that once held nothing more than dogs and shadows suddenly became the stage for something deeply unsettling. The footage shows 2 animals circling a dark shape hanging from above, their movements frantic and fixated. What disturbs me most is how they don't attack it or flee. They orbit it, like they're trying to understand something their instincts can't process. Some viewers insisted it was just a plastic bag caught in branches, but others pointed to its organic movement, the way it twisted as if breathing. Personally, the dog's behavior tells me they sensed something fundamentally wrong. If animals react this way to what we assume is harmless, what does that say about our ability to recognize danger? A snow-covered wasteland became the site of something that should not exist.
Está vivo. No, esto no es un animal.
Spanish-speaking explorers filmed as a massive speckled egg cracked open, revealing a creature with scaled gray skin, golden reptilian eyes, and wings stretching wide across the ice. The filmer's voice breaks with awe. "It's alive. My God, this is not an animal." Online debate split immediately. Some claim masterful CGI, others point to the visceral sound of wet membrane tearing and shell fragmenting beneath clawed feet. What unsettles me is the creature's final gesture. It doesn't flee. It stands tall, stares directly at the camera, as if aware it's being documented. Through a narrow gap in darkness, someone films a residential street when a massive dark horse appears outside a neighbor's gate, muscles rippling beneath its coat.
Meu Deus do céu, essa coisa tá tentando entrar. Olha isso. Não faz barulho, não faz barulho. Ele vai quebrar. Meu Deus do céu, ele tá mirando, tá olhando pra pessoa.
The filmer whispers frantically in Portuguese, "Don't make noise. It's going to break it." The creature rears violently, slamming through the metal barrier with shocking force. As it lands and pivots toward the camera, its torso is unmistakably human. Muscular, roaring, fully formed. Then it bolts. Online, some insist it's CGI trickery, but others point to the camera shake, the genuine panic in the voice, the way shadow and light interact naturally with its body. What unnerves me is its target, not wilderness, but someone's front gate. This footage divided viewers because the creature crosses 3 separate rooftops in roughly 4 seconds, a speed difficult to reconcile with any known primate.
Ya, se movió otra vez.
Está pasando por las casas.
Va muy rápido. Nos vio.
Eso no era una persona.
Se movía demasiado rápido.
What makes people pause is not just how fast it moves, but how the family reacts. The woman filming pulls back violently from the window the instant she believes it has seen them, her voice cracking as she whispers in Spanish, "It saw us." That fear feels genuine. Skeptics argue it's an escaped monkey, possibly a spider monkey given the long tail and agility. But others point to the unnatural speed and the way it seems to navigate the rooftops with clear intent, as if it knows exactly where it's going. A low rumble fills an empty stairwell as a cloaked figure crouches mid-step, watching.
Bize adını söyler misin? Bizden çekinmene gerek yok. Konuş. Hangi kabiledensin?
The filmer, speaking calmly in what sounds like Arabic, asks its name, its tribe, urging it not to be afraid. But the creature doesn't answer. It leans forward, that pale, grinning mask studying him, then suddenly disappeared. Online, many believe this is footage of a jinn, entities in Islamic folklore known to inhabit abandoned spaces. If that's true, what was it doing there? And why did it keep returning to stare? What unsettles observers isn't just the creature's alien appearance, but how naturally it occupies this cave, as if caves worldwide might harbor things we've never cataloged. The filmer, likely a caver exploring with companions, held the light steady until the moment those wings snapped open, a reflexive unfurling that suggests awareness of being watched. Some online insist this is masterful CGI, pointing to the creature's fluid motion. Others note the white chemical reaction in the water, arguing no artist would add such an obscure defensive detail unless they'd witnessed it firsthand. Personally, what disturbs me is the implication. If something this bizarre thrives undetected underground, What else lives beneath us? Deep in the backwoods, someone filming their daily walk encounters a figure standing motionless in the center of the road. What disturbs me most isn't its featureless head or skeletal frame online. Some dismiss it as edited horror content, but others point to similar encounters reported along isolated forest roads. If this thing approaches humans deliberately rather than fleeing, what does that say about its understanding of us? The footage was reportedly captured by a group of hikers crossing a remote jungle river. When one of them noticed movement in the water below.
It's getting spooky out here, bro. That's a whole lizard man right there. Just imagine if you walked into that and he's squaring up with you. What you gonna do? I'm fighting, yeah, but I'm going to expect to lose unless I got that swammy on me. Bro, you know he hitting the lizard gym, bro. He ripped up. So just imagine if you had to go 3 rounds with that, and you walked in them Amazons where you don't belong. You people walking where y'all don't belong, man. Y'all don't belong out there. And then you come across something like that. I do this for educational and entertainment purposes only. My name French Dose, man. We just over here trying to get to the truth, bro. Leave it in the comments, hit the like button, and make sure you follow me here for more. It's getting spooky out here.
What emerges is a muscular bipedal figure with dark skin and a long reptilian tail, gripping leaves to pull itself onto the muddy bank before climbing a nearby tree with unsettling ease. Some viewers insist it's a cleverly crafted costume or digital effect, while others point to the creature's defined musculature and natural interaction with the terrain as signs of authenticity. What strikes me most is the deliberate, unhurried way it moves, not fleeing, but simply continuing about its business, as if humans are irrelevant. A massive shape floats motionless in shallow water, its pink-gray bulk turned upside down like a beached carcass.
Bo, sir, move back. It's alive. Hey, don't step in. Oh, it's breathing. Look at that thing. Hey, stay in the boat. No, it's moving. Back. Hey, yeah, yo, go.
2 men drift dangerously close in a small boat, their voices hushed, until one notices the creature's chest rising. It's breathing. Before they can retreat, the hippo violently rolls itself upright, displacing gallons of water in a single powerful motion, then charges away through the clouded shallows. What unsettles me isn't the size. It's how easily something that enormous can disguise itself as harmless debris, then erupt into motion the second it chooses. These animals kill more people annually than any other large mammal in Africa. A basement that should have held nothing more than old pipes became the stage for a feeding ritual most people would never dare approach.
Thịt hôm nay còn tươi lắm, mới lấy ngoài chợ về, nhìn thì ngon chứ thật ra cũng tanh, nặng mùi lắm. Công việc này nói thật là chẳng ưa gì đâu. Chuẩn bị đồ ăn cho con rồng ấy, mà nó thì chưa thuận được, lúc nào cũng gầm gụ, chức lao ra cản người. Thành ra cái xô này nặng ghê, thịt toàn mỡ vội xương, nó khoái lắm. Hôm nay nó đang quẩu, nhìn mắt đã thấy muốn nuốt người rồi, không dám mở cửa luôn á. Từ từ thôi, lấy đi nào.
Ôi mẹ kiếp, vẫn còn ở dưới đấy.
The person filming has done this before. The calm preparation, the deliberate walk through flooded corridors, the practiced dangle of meat over a submerged pit. When the creature strikes, it moves with such explosive force that reaction becomes impossible. What disturbs me most is the intelligence in those glowing eyes when it resurfaces, jaws open, waiting. If something this powerful has learned to associate humans with food, what happens the day the stick isn't long enough? The backyard sits motionless under night vision, the family dog locked on something beyond the tree line.
This skinwalker messed with the wrong dogs.
Then the woods exhale what shouldn't exist. A skeletal figure with antlers steps forward, collapses mid-stride, and becomes a stag crouched on the lawn. Before you process what just happened, a second one materializes in the exact same spot. Online, some dismissed it as masterful CGI, while others recognized it from Native American lore. Skinwalkers, entities that wear animal forms like masks. What unsettles me isn't the transformation itself, it's that the second one waited, watching to see if the first would be enough. This backyard footage went viral because the movement feels deliberately intelligent, not random. A dark mass of smoke emerges near the fence and transforms mid-air, forming a distinct wolf-like head with a gaping mouth before charging the deck. Online, viewers are split. Skeptics point to obvious visual effects, while others fixate on the filmer's calm reaction, asking why she didn't flee. What unsettles me personally is the creature's direct trajectory toward the camera, as if it recognized the observer. If something can manifest from smoke with apparent purpose, what prevents it from reforming elsewhere, unseen? Cold stone dampens every sound as a flashlight beam cuts through absolute darkness, locking onto something no cave should contain. The person filming, likely an explorer who ventured too deep, watches a skeletal figure with 4 elongated arms brace itself against the rock walls, its jaw fixed in a grotesque, toothy grin. It doesn't flee. It studies. Online, some insist it's a caver in a distorted costume, while others point to folklore about pale crawlers that hunt in total darkness. From my perspective, what unsettles me most is how perfectly it grips those walls. Its body adapted to hunt in spaces humans can barely squeeze through. What unsettles me most isn't the creature's appearance, but how deliberately it seeks the light. It doesn't stumble into the clearing by accident. It walks with purpose, plants itself in the brightest spot on the road, and tilts its face upward as if performing a ritual. That open-mouthed gesture, some say it's breathing, others claim it's a territorial display, suggests this thing isn't hiding from us anymore. If forest-dwelling entities are now stepping openly into daylight roads, the question isn't what they are. It's how long they've been watching us pass through their territory, waiting for the right moment to emerge. Across a remote stretch of savanna, beneath a snow-capped volcanic peak, a hiker's camera captures something moving with muscular bipedal strides through dry scrubland. The creature's hunched posture and powerful legs suggest something prehistoric. Its silhouette disturbingly familiar, yet impossible. Online, some dismissed it as a kangaroo filmed at distance, but kangaroos don't have spined ridges down their backs. Personally, what unsettles me is how it moves with clear intent, deliberate and calm, as if this barren landscape belongs entirely to it. This footage was reportedly captured by a farm security camera monitoring a sheep pen overnight. At first, the sheep appear calm, some standing idle in the infrared glow. Then, through the barn's open doorway, a tall, almost hairless creature with impossibly long limbs and a trunk-like appendage hanging from its face steps forward. Its movement is unsteady, hunched, almost struggling under its own weight. The sheep react instantly, scattering in every direction as it lurches deeper into the pen. What unsettles me most is the final frame. The creature stops, turns its head toward the camera, and goes completely still, as if it knows it's being watched. Something massive steps into frame, its glowing eyes locking onto the lens with unsettling awareness. A hunter set this trail cam near a bait pile in dense autumn woods, expecting deer. Instead, this bipedal figure approaches, studies the camera for 4 unbroken seconds, then bolts the instant it seems to recognize what's watching. Online, skeptics insist it's a suit, but others fixate on how it moved. Fluid, powerful, deliberate. What unsettles me is the calculated pause before flight. If this creature has learned to identify cameras, how long has it been observing us? Something slinks low through overgrown brush, its dark silhouette barely visible against night vision grain, before the camera reveals this is a trail cam deep in woodland. The animal's gait is fluid, deliberate, moving left to right before doubling back, as if patrolling territory it knows intimately. Online communities remain divided. Some insist it's a common predator moving naturally, while others note the creature's unusually low profile and the way it pauses mid-frame, motionless, as if sensing surveillance. What unsettles me most is its familiarity with the space, moving without hesitation through total darkness.